Welcome to Wicked Shizuku's Reviews, bringing you a southern perspective on books, movies, music, and much, much more. Stick around for a while, you just might hear something wicked. Well, hello again, everyone, and this is something a little new or a little old. If you go back into all of the old YouTube videos, you'll see that I used to review. And today I will be reviewing a movie called Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire. So, I am going to switch over to screen share and give you a sneak peek at the trailer real quick. And we shall get into it. And I am joined today by Frosty Cuddles. So, let's get into it. Yeah, so, as you saw, very interesting. The trailer is what pulled me into this entire, review. I was really excited to see this movie and everything, and then all of a sudden I waited a little while, and I started to see that, you know, a lot of people were very unhappy, and that it was getting low ratings and everything. So getting on into the review, it had good battle scenes during the flashback, during Korra's backstory and everything. She reveals what her true name is and everything. So, by the way, lots of spoilers in this this review. So, if you don't want spoilers, don't watch the review. Let's see. The stop motion of the fights in this particular scene of Korra's backstory, it seemed like it was the stop motion. It reminded me of The Matrix, which I was reminded of The Matrix a few other times during this movie and everything. But there were a lot of movies that I was reminded of, such as How to Train Your Dragon. I was reminded of Hiccup, from the scene with Tarek going to ride the Bennu creature, which to me also seemed like it was a throwback of a hippogriff from the Harry Potter series. And then there was the fight scene between Nemesis and Hamada, the Spider Woman, or Spider Queen, whatever she was. She was a monster, and it seemed, for that particular fight, it seemed like it was just too choreographed, and on top of that, it seemed like it was very slow paced, and that the scene could have been much better by speeding up the scene and making it faster, or, you know, having more realistic swordplay for the character Nemesis. But, you know, for what it was okay. And let's see, I was impressed by the spacecraft, and I was and it seemed like that was a throwback of the Chronicles of Riddick, with the long CG backdrops and everything. So and also there was really good makeup with the Ray Fisher's character Darian Bloodaxe. He had really good makeup as his character's sister Devra. They had awesome makeup. The hair and makeup teams, they did very well for those people. Also, that was still done very well, and the animatronics and things of that nature, that was done very well. People that made the special effects makeup was really good for the king that Cora and Gunnar go and meet Devra and Darien on. So, in the whole scheme of things, in the whole plot, Darien turns out to be the hero in this particular movie. So, let's see. It was also the story and screenplay and directed and produced by Zack Snyder, um, and a few other noteworthies right here. As you can see, Kurt Johnstad and Shay Hatton. Um, Honestly, I was a little reminded of a couple of books, and those two books were "Still Like an Artist" by Austin Kleon and "Save the Cat," the last book on screenwriting you'll ever need, by Blake Snyder. And it's a method where you get the hero on your side early on in the story. So it follows "Save the Cat" method. And that's exactly what I was reminded of. And I was reminded of "Still Like an Artist," while I was watching this. But there were two well-known actors that were in this. It was Anthony Hopkins, who played the voice of an animatronic robot named JC. They ended up calling him Jimmy. And Carrie Ewells, which I was very surprised. I was like, oh my, Wesley from The Princess Bride is in this, and that didn't get a lot of recognition because he's only in a few scenes from Cora's backstory. So there was that, but I was very pleased that they had Wesley from The Princess Bride in there. Um, let's see, there was let's see. For the villain Admiral, I was not happy with him. He seemed very cliched to me, and it just seemed like it was very poor writing in this for the script, for the character building. He didn't have a lot fleshed out of him. I mean, you know, you go into a story and thinking that, okay, he's going to be a genocidal maniac. All villains are genocidal maniacs, and he only wants death and destruction, or either he's climbing the ladder for power. Well, yeah, he followed those and everything, but it just didn't seem like he had enough actual depth to his character. I hope that when the second movie comes out, that it will be a little bit more rounded of a character. But something that really bothered me at the very end of the movie, within there's the Bennu right there. That's the Bennu. But something that bothered me, and I'll find it. Hold on. There's the spider Hamada. Let's press play again. Row of the movie. See that? Right there. Okay, what does that remind you of, everyone? Does that not remind you of a type of transhumanist agenda and the Matrix of what they're trying to do with us? So, until the epilogue, I pretty much really enjoyed this movie. Beyond the similarities of so many other movies that was put together, like Star Wars and Heavy Metal, and I thought of Harry Potter while I was while I was watching this. I thought of How to Train Your Dragon. I thought of the Matrix a lot, and the Chronicles of Riddick. It, for that, but there were two strikes against this, affecting the score, or three strikes. There was three strikes that affected the score. One was only half star each, or two were half a star for the deduction. Another was just a whole star. The strike one was in the very beginning scene, was that you have a dimensional portal Okay, and there's a the dreadnought is going through the portal. Well, I was highly offended that it looked like a vajayjay on the screen. Okay, you have kids, they're not going to know what that is, but I was not happy for that imagery, just altogether. That was a half star, just complete loss. Okay, the strike two was the poor set design in the very beginning. You could tell that it was just very roughshod, thrown together type of set. And the lighting is what kind of gave that away in the background. It had really awesome CG backdrops, and it was really cool. But when you turn around, you can see that this is a very poorly developed set on the first few scenes of the village. So and the epilogue, that was a whole loss right there because of this right here. What happens with the admiral? Now, spoilers: he lives. In From the final battle with Korra and everything, which that in itself, the final battle and the epilogue is what just took a whole star away from me. Was this whole messaging of there has to be a girl boss, or a woman has to be the main hero and everything, and that's just poor story writing now. It's overdone. Everyone's doing it. Please, 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 Netflix directors, producers, screenwriters, writers out there in general, please stop. We don't need any more Mary Sues. Okay? No more Mary Sues. Get rid of them. Or write them a little better. Okay? And stop using the 3-act story structure. That would definitely help. The hero's journey might be better. The story circle might be better. Whichever. Just make something new. Okay? Stop reusing all of these old, tired tropes. All right? So the other part of the my big 1-star deduction gripe is the messaging of transhumanism. With the use of it resembled the Matrix again, but at the same time it was broadcasting the mass persuasion and propaganda methods for the advancement of transhumanism and being able to live in a pod and eat bugs. Okay, so that was a whole star deduction, and unfortunately, it kind of takes away from it. And my entire score for this review, and the overall score will be a 3 out of 5 stars. So, I had higher hopes for it. However, this is about the best it can do. And will I continue with the next movie? Yeah, I'll continue with this movie. So, I hope that you have enjoyed a Wicked Shizuku's original review again. And I hope that you can come back and join me for my reads Monday through Friday on YouTube. Also, we do have we are putting up a Rumble channel, so you will be able to see the Monday through Friday reads there. And also, you can check out my From Mother to Monsters video essays and my thoughts on news on Rumble. I will be continuing my Rumble thoughts on news coming up here beginning of February again. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this review on Wicked Shizuku's reviews. And that is the end of Rebel Moon Part 1 Child of Fire review. Have a good night, everyone.